The Georgia Bulldogs got a phenomenal Easter present yesterday with Tykee Smith, former West Virginia defensive back, committing to play the remainder of his college football with the Georgia Bulldogs, and we need to talk about this. But before we do, as always, y'all know the drill. I want to hear from y'all, so hop down to the comments and let me know. How do you think the addition of Tykee Smith changes the dynamic of that Georgia defensive back room, and how do you believe it will affect the race for a SEC East representation in the SEC Championship and ultimately a playoff berth? And if you haven't been to the channel before, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification because I do constant college football content, player reviews, film analysis, talk style videos like this, and I'm on my push to 5,000 subscribers in my first year, and I'd love to have you along for the journey. And if you did enjoy this video, be sure to like and comment down below. But with that being said and out the way, let's talk Georgia. And this is a year where you have to be optimistic about the Dawgs. I know we're going to be talking about the defense, but let's just kick it off with the offense. And this isn't a shot at Jake Fromm. Jake Fromm was a good quarterback. But now you have a quarterback, and really for the first time in the Kirby Smart era, who you feel like can go blow for blow with anybody in the nation. At USC, not because of any bad techniques or anything like that, but because he had so little time to get rid of the football and make decisions that he wasn't able to set his feet properly, he wasn't able to follow through on throws, and it didn't matter. He had the arm talent to do those throws without setting his feet, without stepping into them, and he made it happen. That's how good this guy is. So he has the upside to go blow for blow with any quarterback in the nation. It hurts that Pickens goes down, absolutely. But at the end of the day, the Georgia Bulldogs are one of the top 3 most talented teams in the nation. However you want to put them, debates can be had. But what we really can't debate is that they are up there. And that certainly is the truth at the wide receiver position. There will be some new wrinkles. There will be some kind of growing pains. But at the same time, the Georgia Bulldogs have a phenomenal quarterback. Burton is back, and that knee injury isn't as bad as was once thought, which is awesome to hear. I was really excited to watch him play this year. I was already really upset when I heard the news about Pickens. I was hoping I could see him push to that first round status that I believe he is talent-wise. But good to hear that Burton will be fine. So you have good receivers, very talented quarterback, and it's Georgia. You're going to have a great running back room. But now the defense, which really is the staple of the Georgia Bulldogs and has been forever. You made a phenomenal hire in Jamil Adai, the West Virginia defensive back coach. This guy right here is making waves in the coaching world, right? I mean, this is a guy who a lot of people in the college football realm have pegged as a future head coach, and I think we'd all believe that. He was hyper successful in his capacity at every stop he's had, good recruiter, very good at building relationships, and we heard that when Tykee Smith broke down his reasoning for ultimately committing to the Georgia Bulldogs. He talked about how he and Adai had made a already incredible career out of Tykee Smith's first few years in college football. So why stop now? It's been working. And now you get to mix Adai moving from West Virginia to Georgia and get to mix that training with what Kirby does and then just the general atmosphere of Georgia. This is a really great thing for Smith. I think this is going to really boost his draft stock, and he looks to be a guy trying to push for first-round status. And if not first-round status, he'll be a very highly regarded second-rounder when it's all said and done, in my estimation. But I do believe he has the ability to push for first-round status. And at Georgia, I think he can actually get that done, especially when you look at the situations they're going to put him in, the coaches he's had, and the guys they're going to surround him with. And ultimately, at the beginning of this video in the intro, I said that this could completely change the dynamic for the Georgia Bulldogs secondary. And what do I mean when I say this? Well, this is a year where Georgia has a mass exodus at the secondary position. But luckily, for the Georgia Bulldogs, who, like I just said, have a mass exodus at the secondary, their biggest rival in the SEC East, or their biggest competition on a year-in, year-out basis, I should say, Florida, also has a mass exodus at the offensive position. Kyle Trask no longer there, Tony no longer there, and Kyle Pitts no longer there. Now, they are adding some really talented running backs, but at the end of the day, the Georgia defensive front is loaded with talented guys. So what is it about Smith in particular that makes him completely change the dynamic? Well, it's not just the playmaking ability. It's not just the ability to quickly process information. He's a very sure tackler. He has got a ton of tackles for loss, very good ball skills, a lot of pass deflections, and a good amount of interceptions. That's all the cherry on top. Ultimately, at the end of the day, what it is his ability to play the star position, which especially in a Kirby Smart scheme is incredibly important. And Tykee Smith is a guy that looks to come into Georgia and shore up that star position. The reason that's so key is because now you're able to focus your other guys on their true positions. The star position in Kirby Smart's nickel is very, very important, and just in the defense as a whole. It's the guy that's processing a ton of information and is asked to do a whole lot, and so being able to get Smith in there, who already has so much experience, is going to be big for Georgia, because even though they have to replace a lot of guys in that defensive secondary, the guys on the outside looking in are very, very talented. Ringo, former 5-star guy, I cannot wait to see what he does. And then we hear the whispers of a running back, or should I say a former running back, who is now taking snaps at cornerback, who looks very, very impressive. The Georgia Bulldogs are really looking like they are in a good position to turn what would have been a big weakness into possibly a strong suit. When you look at the talent they have, knowing that they are going to receive good coaching, and I absolutely love, cannot understate the addition of Jamil Adai and ultimately Tykee Smith, who you have to credit Adai for ultimately bringing in. And I'm not claiming that Georgia wouldn't have got him absent Adai, but I think we can all be honest here that that was a big addition, and Tyki Smith went as far as to say so. I'm really interested to see what y'all are thinking. Georgia fans and SEC fans, college football fans in general, hop down in the comments and let me know what you thought about this addition. Were you surprised that Tykee Smith ultimately chose Georgia, and how do you think this changes the outlook for the Dogs moving forward? That's it. See ya.